I may be only 15 years old, but already the Sphinx organization has changed my life. I'm Randall Gooseby, and I was fortunate to be the 2010 Junior Division First Place Laureate of the annual Sphinx competition. The violin isn't a hobby for me, it's my passion. Today I'm lucky to be growing up in a world where there is growing diversity in classical music. But it wasn't always that way, and there's still a long way to go.
In literally all of the musical environments that I found myself in, from starting the violin at the age of 5, all the way up through working on my degrees at the University of Michigan, I was the only minority, or maybe one of less than a handful. In addition, anytime I'd go to an orchestra concert, I'd look on stage, I'd look around me in the audience, and wonder, why is there no one who looks like me?
That all began to change when Aaron created the Sphinx organization in 1997. At that time, only about 1.5% of orchestras were Black or Latino. Today, thanks to Sphinx, that number has more than doubled. Sphinx envisions a world in which classical music reflects cultural diversity and plays a role in the everyday lives of youth. The earliest alums grew out of the first Sphinx competition, the flagship event of the Sphinx organization.
Sphinx has meant a lot to me in my professional career. The Sphinx competition was one of the first opportunities I had to try and make my mark as a musician and to really gain an experience that no other program or competition could offer.
The level of talent is wonderfully high, and I've heard some first-class young players who are destined to go far in the field.
They are accompanied by the remarkable Sphinx Symphony Orchestra, the first and only professional Black and Latino orchestra in the world. Sphinx supports its participants in many ways. Laureates perform as soloists with major orchestras, and through the creation of new and exciting chamber ensembles, Sphinx is introducing its talented alumni to the world.
We've been to London, and recently we were in South Africa, and we have a tour coming up all over the United States, so it's been really great.
And let your ear be your guide. I think the Sphinx organization is so incredibly important. What I love about this organization is that it tries to achieve in our society an equilibrium of people who are incredibly talented and motivated to be part of every aspect of our society, including musical society. Talent does not pick demographics.
We've been able to have a tremendous impact here in the United States. And as we looked at some of the opportunities for our artists, we began to even look across the seas and abroad.
Sphinx UK is Southbank Centre's first international partner. As we've looked abroad at various potential partners, it all comes down to 3 or 4 great projects around the world, of which Sphinx is one.
Well, I think it's magnificent. Music is an international universal language, and I think there has been for a long time an idea that certain music is the preserve of only certain people. So I think it was great to see those stereotypes crushed, but also wonderful to hear beautiful music.
This kind of change starts with education, a critical part of everything Sphinx does.
So many studies really advocate for arts education, music education in school because of the positive effect that it has on academic achievement and scholastic aptitude. The arts are great for them. They spark intellectual curiosity and they spark creativity.
I have never heard violinists play that in my life. That was weird and crazy and fun all at the same time.
I'm really glad that there's a Sphinx program because instead of being home watching TV, we're here learning something.
So we go A and 1.
The Sphinx Overture program introduces young people in underserved communities to violin performance. Instrument usage and lessons are provided free of charge.
Try that.
For those who wish to continue their music education, Sphinx offers the year-round Sphinx Preparatory Music Institute.
Music has made a very, very big difference in my life. It has improved me in school. It has made me look at things in a different light. And it's just amazing how much inspiration I get from it, and it's just awesome.
Sphinx Prep has really motivated me to be a better violinist. It's a lot easier for me to talk to people now, and I feel like I've developed a lot more leadership quality.
The Sphinx organization has shown young people that anything is possible.
Find your notes from the preceding note.
Helping to further those dreams, the Sphinx Performance Academy provides an intensive summer education program at Sphinx partner institutions, Roosevelt University in Chicago, and at the Oberlin Conservatory in Ohio.
The Sphinx Performance Academy is a tuition-free summer music program for minority youth ages 12 to 17. They get instruction in private lessons and quartet playing, and it culminates in a final concert on the last day of each program.
Sphinx is providing a lot of support because at home I don't have private lessons because private lessons are very expensive, and this gives me an opportunity to have one-on-one with people who actually do this every day.
I think Sphinx is just a great program. I think whoever came up with it is a genius. It's really great to see so many people actually getting these opportunities.
There are students here who have never known a world without Sphinx. I think Sphinx is definitely changing the world.
Toward that global change, the Sphinx Legacy Project is bringing new voices into classical music. Every year, the Sphinx Commissioning Consortium supports a new work by a Black or Latino composer.
The commissioning of new works is very important, otherwise there is no more music which is relevant to our generations, and hopefully this music will stay and become part of a legacy that projects itself into the future.
For classical music to really be relevant to the communities, it really needs to represent the community. It needs to be enriched by the voices from that community.
Sphinx is more than just an organization promoting minorities in classical music. It's a movement, one being recognized by media outlets around the world. From the halls of the White House, where Sphinx founder Aaron Dworkin recently became President Barack Obama's appointee to the National Council on the Arts, to Sphinx laureate performances and partnerships abroad, the Sphinx organization is being noticed.
In our first 15 years, we've been able to literally transform the lives of tens of thousands. But there is tremendous work that still needs to be done.
I'm just in awe of what Sphinx has accomplished, but even more excited about its future.
I want to tell Sphinx thank you so much for giving me all the support and letting me know that I'm not the only person who looks like me and who loves music as much as I do.
What do I think is important about the Sphinx competition? That it exists. That's what's important. That it exists, that it is a wonderful and noble idea, and that should be encouraged.
I am Sphinx.
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 I am Sphinx.